Coffee and Beats movie review. Michael. Welcome to another edition of Coffee and Beats. I am your musical barista, Rock the Magnificent, back with another episode. But before I get started with this movie review, hit all of those descriptions on the side of me so you can get alerts every time I post a new video. Now, let's get right into the intro. Welcome back to the cafe. I am your musical barista, Rock the Magnificent, and we're here for a movie review, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing something a little bit differently here on Coffee and Beats. Usually I will get into some album recommendations, but I got those coming up, so don't worry about it. New Kehlani dropped. I got some thoughts on that album. Also, we got the new Alex Isley album that I haven't gotten around to yet. Jessie Ware has dropped. I got a review prepared for that. And also the new Yaya Bay. I got a lot to say about that one as well. So stay tuned for those episodes. I'm going to be dropping them pretty shortly. So stay tuned, stay locked in here at the cafe. But enough of me rambling. Let's get into this movie review. And here we are. The Michael biopic has finally dropped. And it made a lot of noise over the weekend as of this recording. A lot of discourse about this particular movie. So many people dropping their reviews. Rotten Tomatoes beat everybody to it before the movie dropped. Started some controversy right away with the 28% Rotten Tomatoes. Eventually it went up to 38% as the last time I checked with the Rotten Tomatoes rating, but there was a huge gap between the fans percentage and the Rotten Tomatoes percentage. And then afterwards, everybody went to go see the movie. Content creators started creating on TikTok, on Instagram. So many people had so many thoughts. Antoine Fuqua, or Fuqua, I'm sorry. If I messed up your name and you're watching this review, I'm sorry. But he is the director of this movie and it's written by John Logan. And if you're walking into this movie expecting a perfectly complete Michael Jackson story, you might be setting yourself up for failure, which is what I noticed a lot of people in a lot of their reviews. They set themselves up for failure. But if you came in looking for a strong emotional tribute to the man, the music, and the movement, this movie delivers more than people are giving it credit for. Now, my first impression of the movie, the film tracks Michael Jordan. I need to do more movie reviews, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so used to doing albums. I'm so used to talking about sports on Coffee Break Sports, my other network. Click the links down below, that I'm getting all my things messed up. So just bear with me here. Film tracks Michael Jackson, his journey from his early days in the Jackson 5 era all the way down through to the Bad Tour era. And that's a massive timeline. That's where some of the criticism comes from. But from jump, the movie makes it clear it's not trying to tell us everything about Michael Jackson. It's trying to capture key moments and the feelings of his rise. And in that sense, I thought the movie hit the nail in the coffin, especially with some of the acting performances, starting with Jaafar Jackson's performance, who is the nephew of Michael Jackson. Now, he's getting a lot of flowers here for his performance. Very strong performance of Michael Jackson. I literally was blown away by his performance. This is his film debut, and he carries this performance like a vet. He doesn't just imitate Michael, he embodies him. The posture, the softness in his speaking voice, the way he moves on stage, the way he handle certain situations with his dad and how he talks about his dad when his dad is not around, attentiveness. He captured all of that. That's hard to pull off when you're portraying one of the most recognizable figures ever in entertainment. And the younger version of Michael Jackson, I don't have a picture of him, but Giuliano Valdi, if I've said that right, also deserves credit. He did a great job, basically giving us that vision of how it was in that house in Gary, being the son of Joe Jackson, who's very demanding as a father. And some of the scenes, they hit the heart. It really shows the foundation of who Michael Jackson has become. And I thought Coleman Domingo did an excellent job portraying Joe Jackson. He was scary in this movie. The way he portrayed, Joe Jackson was just remarkable. He nailed it. He also added a little sense of humor to Joe Jackson, unlike the old movies from the 90s, that television series from the 90s I don't have his information in front of me, but the person that portrayed Joe Jackson in that movie, the actor that portrayed him in that movie, the actor from Cooley High, he did an excellent job too, but his was a little bit more serious. This, Coleman added some more flair and some more personality to Joe's character and really humanized him. And you saw his struggles. You saw what he was going through the eyes of Joe Jackson, a guy that is trying to basically push his family to an area where he doesn't want to go back to the days of a 9-to-5. He doesn't want to live like a regular American in the United States. He wants money, and he wants a lot of it, and he's gonna push his sons to the brink. And one of the most powerful scenes in the movie is after the Pepsi incident. And if you haven't watched it, feel free to do so. You will see it. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but I thought that scene really captured the emotion of that moment between Joe and Michael Jackson. So I thought Coleman Domingo did great, but also an underrated performance in this movie is none other than Nia Long. I thought her portrayal of Catherine Jackson was spot on. She had the calmness. She had the soft delicateness, if delicateness is a word here, but she was very delicate towards her children, especially Mike. You saw the connection between her and Mike, the soft spot that she had for her. And again, some of the regret that you see, you feel it all in Nia Long's performance here. And I think she doesn't get enough credit for pulling off, Catherine Jackson. She was Catherine in that movie. I did not think 1 cent of, oh, that's Nia Long playing Catherine Jackson. I mean, she was Catherine the minute she entered the screen, especially how she handled certain situations with Joe Jackson, I thought was very remarkable. She captured that. And so shout out to Nia Long for that performance. And also another underrated performance in this movie was Kalen Jones playing Bill Bray, Michael Jackson's security guard. I think he doesn't get talked about enough in this film as well. I thought he did an excellent job of basically playing Michael Jackson's security guard throughout the whole entire film. I mean, some of the emotions that he displayed towards Michael Jackson, the way he handled certain situations. I mean, we're talking about the biggest megastar surrounded and being barraged by fans and from all races alike. I mean, he had a pretty dangerous job in trying to manage such a megastar. And I thought that Kalen, if I'm saying that right, hopefully I'm messing up a lot of these names here, but I thought he did an excellent job of playing his security guard. And last but not least, I got to give it up to Lorenz Tate here, Chicago's very own Lorenz Tate. And although he had a small role in the movie as Berry Gordy, he really did an excellent job in portraying Gordy. I thought he looked exactly like him in the movie. The makeup and all of the hairdos in this movie really nailed it with all of the characters. I mean, every one of these characters really embodied each person in the Jackson movie. And I thought Michael Jackson himself, Jaafar Jackson, he just portrayed that throughout. And I thought that was very impressive. The presentation and the stage moments in this movie were very remarkable. This is where the film earns its stripes. The performance scenes from the Jackson 5 days to the Bad Era, the movie recreates that stage presence in a way that reminds you of why Michael Jackson wasn't just famous, he was transformational. And the lighting, the choreography, the crowd energy, even though the dialogue dips in certain moments, the visual storytelling carries the weight. And I even like some of the rehearsals that he actually included in the movie, and some of the details that Michael paid attention to, and how Michael felt comfortable when he was in his environment, how comfortable he was around these dance moves he's trying to pull off, the way he handled the other dancers in the movie, the way he talked to those who were observing without giving out away too much. It's still a fresh movie, so I don't want to give away too much, but he wanted everybody's opinion about certain moves that he was going to execute with the videos and things of that nature. I thought that was nailed very well. Now, the sanitized criticism, let's sit here and talk about that for a second, because the big critique in this movie is that the story is sanitized throughout, especially since certain real life controversies were removed or minimized, so to speak. And look, here's why I feel it's a little bit overblown. The film clearly chose one lane and it focused on it. Simple as that. The artist, the rise, the impact. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It doesn't dive deeply into every single controversy that Mike encountered. I mean, if you even just go on Michael Jackson's Wikipedia page, just doing like this the whole time, just scrolling through his whole entire life. I mean, to squeeze all of that within one movie is asking a lot from a director. So even if he added all of those details, still gonna have to be either a sequel or, you know, a 3-hour movie, which a lot of people are saying they're tired of watching 3-hour movies, right? So even if they did add all those details, then people are going to be complaining about it being 3 hours or 4 hours. It doesn't dive deeply into every controversial chapter, and that it does leave gaps, but it also keeps the story focused and watchable. I didn't hear not one person out of all the criticisms that I saw on the internet, I did not hear one person say they walked out mid movie. Okay, it did its job. If the movie tried to impact every complex issue, it could have easily turned into something heavy, scattered, or even unfocused. So the negative reviews, they feel unwarranted. A lot of critics are judging this film based on what they want it to be, what it's trying to do. And yes, is some dialogue missing? Yes, I agree. Some transitions feel rushed. I agree with that. You know, the pacing of the movie wasn't the best. If I had criticisms, the pacing of the movie wasn't the best. It stayed in one lane a little bit too long, and then in other pockets felt like they could have elaborated a little bit more. That wasn't something that really turned me off to the point of walking out or saying this is the worst movie ever. Some deeper conversations aren't fully explored either. Conversations he probably had between him and Quincy in the making of Thriller, him and his conversations in regards the tour and the money that was involved in the Victory Tour. I mean, like, a lot of those things didn't get touched on, but despite that, the film still delivers. It has a compelling performance from Jaafar Jackson. It has a clean and engaging presentation. It celebrates Michael Jackson's musical legacy. And for fans, that combination goes a long way. Why I think fans will be satisfied with this movie is because if you're a Michael Jackson fan, this movie hits where it needs. It scratches all the itches for you. You get the musical moments. You get that stage presence from Michael Jackson. And you also get the glimpse of the human side of Michael Jackson. Even the missing dialogue, the essence of Michael is still present. You also see he was connected to, animals and what led to the Neverland situation. So that stuff gets covered. And sometimes capturing the essence is more important than covering every single detail. My final thoughts on this movie, though, I thought Michael, even though isn't it a deep dive documentary, but it's stylized. The performance of this biopic leans heavily on emotion, music, and presence. Could it have gone deeper? Absolutely. I agree with that. Those are my criticisms. But does it miss some key conversations? It does that too. What it does deliver: strong acting, powerful stage recreations, and a focused narrative, and it is enough to make this a solid watch. Overall, I give Michael the movie 3.5 coffee cups out of 5. 3.5 coffee cups out of 5. I think you'll enjoy the movie. If you haven't seen it yet, go see it. I think it's worth seeing. It's not perfect, but definitely worth your time, especially if you're here for the music, the movement, and just the absolute presence of Michael Jackson, and to celebrate the musical legacy of his music. I think this movie is perfect for you. There you have it. That is my review of the new Michael movie. How did you feel about the movie? Feel free to lend your comments down in the description box below. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Coffee and Beats. Doing something a little different here with the Coffee and Beats. I am your movie barista, Rod the Magnificent. When it comes to coffee, when it comes to movies, stay grounded for life. Hit all those reminders again on the side of me so you can get alerts the next time I post a new video. With that being said, I am out. Peace.